Right now, let's put the method in practice. Now, here's the client that I worked for called edlays.biz. Okay, so this is a anabolic steroids for professionals, injectables, and pills, as well as comprehensive guides and steroid cycles to build lean mass. And this, when I first started working for this website, they had about 14 Moz domain authority. Now, I took their website from a 14 Moz domain authority to a 26 domain authority website. I might be wondering, is that true? And let me show you the articles that I write for them. So, injectable steroids, oral steroids, post-cycle therapy steroids, steroid cycle, HGH. And I still have a lot of articles that I can write for them, pharmaceuticals, promos, new arrivals, peptides for sales, supplements. And obviously, I'll write articles for their affiliate programs, reviews. I'll also write about their brands and warehouses. And I'm actually working on them on this deal to rewrite the descriptions, the product descriptions for these articles. Now, product descriptions are a little bit more complicated and they definitely take some SEO knowledge, which I'm not going to be walking you through. But let's assume that you were approached by a customer and that the customer asked you to write about, let's say, injectable steroids, testosterone cypionate. Let's say that you don't understand the last thing about testosterone cypionate. Okay, so if I scroll down, you can see my article. This is the article that I have written for these people. And obviously, they're doing quite well for themselves. They have moved from a 14 Moz Domain Authority website to a 26 on a scale of 100 Moz Domain Authority website in a very small period of time. Now, the plan was they were going to pay me $2,000 to take them from 14 to 40 domain authority. Now, here's another website. This website is the competitor of Ethelaze, which is the website of my client. Obviously, I didn't write content for this website at all, but when they approached me, they said to me, we want you to take us from 14 Moz Domain Authority to a 40 Moz Domain Authority so that we can benefit from free traffic coming from Google. I said, okay, here's the plan. What's the plan? I got to write every single article on your website, and all of these articles need to be SEO optimized. Obviously, I am not an expert at optimizing SEO articles that talk about testosterone cypionate. So to cut long story short, what I need you to do is just to copy testosterone cypionate, basically come to Google as easy as ever, paste testosterone cypionate right there, and the first result that pops in is this website called goodrx.com, which I'm not interested in. There's WebMD. I'm also not interested in that. Healthline, drugs.com. So let me open up this website, drugs.com. Now, the reason why I opened up this website and not others is because this website actually has more detailed articles. But the thing here, what I'm able to see here is that this article is probably going to take me about 20 minutes to rewrite. So let's go ahead and do it. Now, in order to do this, I need you to go to Grammarly and I need you to pay careful attention to what I'm going to do next. I want you to go to Grammarly, and the only thing I want you to copy is copy this first, testosterone cypionate. And first of all, this is not Grammarly free. This is Grammarly premium. You can try Grammarly free. The only issue here is that Grammarly free doesn't come with the plagiarism verification AI software that exists with the Grammarly premium version. So that's the only bad outcome about having Grammarly free. But a part of that, Grammarly free is also good. You can have the monthly version of Grammarly premium just to test it. There is also, I believe there is a free trial, but Grammarly is necessary, okay, because of this plagiarism option that exists here on the side. And also it has the possibility to correct every mistake that you do. So you don't have to be good at writing. you can suck at writing and you would still write a high quality article. And so, to prove my point, I have zero knowledge about testosterone cypionite, but how come did I write such content? And how come was it able to actually not only make my customers satisfied, but it helped them move from a 14 on 100 on a scale of 100 domain authority to a 28 on a scale of 100 domain authority. Well, it really helped because I know as SEO, and I know that when you write high quality articles and you add them on your website, you're boosting your domain authority, you know, just directly. So I'm going to take this. I want you to paste it. And here's where things get a little interesting, but a little hard on the same time. So what I want to do, I want to just make my article informal. I want to describe. I want it to be general. I want to click done. So right now, we're going to go ahead and start curating the article. Testosterone cypionite injection is indicated. Instead of indicated, what I want to do, I want to double click on indicated and remove it and click suggested for testosterone replacement therapy, testosterone replacement or testosterone substitute therapy in males. Instead of males, I want to write men in conditions associated with deficiency or absence of endogenous testosterone. Instead of conditions, I want to write disorders associated. I want to make it linked. And instead of with, I want to make it to, linked to a deficiency or absence. Deficiency, I want to make it lack or absence of or scarcity of endogenous testosterone. Okay, so here's the first text written, right? So this is how the method works. All right, so let's move swiftly on. Here, primary hypogonadism. I'm going to remove primary, and I'm going to remove this as well because I don't need it. I just want to write an article, basically. Testicular failure, all right, due to conditions, instead of conditions, disorders or diseases such as this one or toxic damage. Instead of damage, I want to name it injury or impairment from alcohol or heavy metals, chemotherapy or toxic damage or harmful damage. Instead of damage, harm from alcohol or heavy metals. These men usually have low serum, these men, instead of men, I want to click this, but instead of men, I want to make it these males. Usually, instead of usually, I want to remove it and say have low testosterone. Instead of low, inferior, or I would say insufficient testosterone concentrations. And let's see another synonym for concentrations. Levels. Instead of concentration, I want to name it levels. And gonadotropins, fossil stimulating hormones. I'll just remove those things, okay? So I want to keep it like this. Hypogonadotropic hypogonadism. All right, I want to remove this. Okay, so you see what I'm doing? I'm just curating the article. And I want to make it unique. Gonadotropin or luteinizing hormone releasing hormone instead of, all right, hormone releasing hormone deficiency. Instead of deficiency, I want to name it shortage, okay? Or this term, I don't understand it, but instead of injury, I want to make it damage from tumors, okay, so tumors, trauma, or radiations. These men have, or these males have low testosterone serum concentrations or levels, but have gonadotropins in the normal or low range. Normal, instead of normal, I would say average. Low range, instead of range, I want to say scope, okay? And I want to remove this because this links to some page and we don't want to link to any page. So now that we have written this, what I want to go ahead and do, I want to simply continue writing the article. So the article is going to be long. And so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave it at this. But first of all, I'm going to go ahead and run the plagiarism report just to show you how the plagiarism report works. And so after I click on plagiarism, you can actually see that we have written 106 words in about 5 minutes. So it's probably going to take us an hour to write this article, which we can probably sell for about $50 because this is a medical article. And such people on Fiverr will definitely not find people that will do this for $5 because who else except a doctor that's going to be able to write such a thing for $5 and to be zero plagiarism. Now, this is 19% plagiarism. No problem because we can fix that. Now, it shows us in green the places where plagiarism is, and we can just go ahead and attack those. So instead of this term, I just want to remove it. I want to keep this. And I want to start changing some stuff. I want to remove this, for example, LRH. And here you can see that now the text looks like is 100% original. We found no matching text in our databases or on the internet. Now, to those of you who don't have Grammarly, you might use this software called Copyscape. But at the same time, the problem with Copyscape is that it is also paid. So you have to pay for credits, which is why I highly recommend you to just get Grammarly, which is even better. So right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this drugs.com page. And in the next video, we're going to go, for example, to Healthline because I know that Healthline has shorter articles, which will allow us to go ahead and write an article that is quite shorter than the other article written out there on drugs.com. But even here, the article is quite long. So I'm going to make it in two parts. I'm going to make it a video part 1, and I'm going to make it a video part 2 about how to write an article similar to the quality of the article that you can see right here on Healthline, which is written by this doctor, which probably was written for a 200 or $300. And if you don't believe me, just go on Fiverr and you'll see that. Because I know that most of you out there are doubting the fact that these people are making that much money from selling these articles. And I'll tell you this, they are actually making a lot of money from selling these articles. And you can be one of the people, except for the fact that Healthline will not approve you to write these articles because they are medically approved. They need to be medically approved. And so chances are Healthline does not go to Fiverr to find copywriters. So you'll need to find yourself another website like this one, for example, this website that sells steroids, which is less popular, or this website such as, for example, Iron Daddy. And so tune in. In the next video, we're going to take this article and we're going to write something of a similar quality or even better, and we're going to make it zero plagiarism. And after that, I'm going to take you through how we can go ahead to WordPress and use a certain plugin called Yoast SEO to actually optimize our article for SEO, even when you have zero knowledge about SEO, but you'll learn in this course. At least you're going to take away with you home a little bit of SEO knowledge.